Startuprad.io, your podcast and YouTube blog covering the German startup scene with news, interviews, and live events.
Hello and welcome everybody. This is Chris and Joe from Startuprad.io again. I'm here in lovely Frankfurt and Christian is there in a soundproof room, right?
Yes, I could scream as loud as I want. Nobody would come to rescue me. I'm in a soundproof podcasting booth at the center of the universe, probably 500 meters away from Times Square, New York. New York.
That sounds pretty lovely. Let us get to the point where we talk about New York. At first, we have the March News 2018. This recording is done on the 26th of March 2018. Everything till today was considered in our startup news. Startups Observer supports this program. Startups Observer is like online dating for startups and investors. It is by far the easiest and most efficient way to research potential investment candidates or look for potential investors. Learn more here, startups.observer. Housekeeping. Here we go, New York. We are nominated for the Benzinga Global FinTech Awards. Please take a minute and vote for us on this website. Every share on Twitter or Facebook from this website is considered a vote for us. And there will be an award ceremony on, I do believe, May 15th in New York, and I will attend. That will be awesome.
Yes, and so we got the link in our show notes, but also if you are not around to just have a look at the show notes, let me give you a better way to vote for us, because you can just very easily go to bit.ly, that is bit.ly, and then just one word, Startup Radio Award. So bit.ly/Startup Radio Award. And there you can vote for us immediately. Thank you.
You are awesome, Christian. And there's more stuff. We have been to Aufschwungmesse. It means like uprise fair. In lovely Frankfurt, it's a fair basically for entrepreneurs. There is almost everybody who's important for an entrepreneur, like all the administrative guys, like state, city, central government, the Ministry of Economics, and so on and so forth. So it's very, very strongly recommended if you are thinking about starting a company. Here in Frankfurt, it's there every spring, and there we talk to Fastbill, a local hero and longtime backer of the Frankfurt startup scene. I talk to Mario, who also hosts the monthly Meetup Founders Table, and disclaimer, he's a partner of mine at Rheinmain.vc. Then there's MeshCloud, a local cloud provider in Rhein-Main based on open source software. And what I really liked is Privalino, an AI app which can distinguish in the writing between children and adults and offers this software in its own messenger as well as a white label product to protect children. We also publish another interview in the coming week, and it's from Schuhe24.de, means shoes24.de, as a video interview. This is the story of a 125-year-old company which transforms itself into a leading online platform. Stay tuned on youtube.com/c/startupradio. And as we said, the next news will be a bit late. Jörn is traveling and we will be in New York, so expect our news a little bit later in May, around the 10th, I hope.
There you go.
And Christian, there's ecosystem,
Yeah,
right?
so at first we obviously always have a look about the general ecosystem and what's going on in terms of general business trends in the startup world in Germany. For this month, basically, it's mostly one thing, and that is about the situation of German food retailers and how they try to fend off the competition they're getting from the internet. So examples like Amazon, who starts with the delivery sooner or later, or I think in a couple of pilot markets is already trying out their thing. Then we have things like Go Fresh, or probably even if you want to, the meal preparation kits from Blue Apron and alike. But the German food retailers are not just stand buyers, and they fight back with going the high route, you can say. They fight back with high-end stores, for example, Edeka, which used to be an old German like an association of little supermarkets who then built this association in order to get better pricing, better leverage when they negotiated prices. So in that regard, they now, for example, have Kobe Rind, so Kobe beef there, which probably 30 years ago would not have been possible or thought of there. So Edeka definitely able to transforming itself. And we have a longer German analysis of this called Kobe beef at Edeka, the prime supermarkets come. In that regard, prime meaning like high level, not the Amazon Prime. Also, e-food is booming in Berlin. The delivery service of Rewe and Edeka, Rewe being another chain, Edeka being here again, they are two of the largest grocery chains in Germany. They barely can keep up with the delivery stuff, writes Gründerszene. Again, as always, a little disclosure that I also work for them. And we have the article in the show notes.
Yeah, and the lovely city of Frankfurt, of course. Frankfurt-based fintech Girox, Giroxx, raises 900,000 euros venture capital, writes Deutsche Startups.de. The company offers transfers for small and medium enterprises in foreign
Are we actually
currencies.
sure it's called Girox?
Frankfurt-based,
or is it maybe Giroxx? Because in Germany, if you are buying something on credit, you're buying it with your Giro credit. So I don't know. Maybe it's Giroxx.
I don't care. Maybe it's also Girox.
Girox. Wir kaufen bei Girox. Ja.
Girox. Frankfurt-based startup Accommodeo, a marketplace for service departments, raises mid-seven-digit venture capital, reports Rhein-Main Startups. Meet the Frankfurt-based fintech Fastbill, which sees opportunities in the US market and may look for another venture capital round. This is an article based on our formerly disclosed video interview. You may remember that we also talked to SafeTroid about their ICO before Christmas. They are under scrutiny for their ICO. One of their advisors was blogging in favor of the ICO, I do believe at Wall Street Online, wallstreetonline.de, a German blog, and he did not disclose the connection. Nonetheless, the ICO raised somewhere between 35 and 40 millions. Congratulations to the team. IPOs and stock exchange deals. IPO candidate Home24 Rocket grows to 276 million euro revenues in 2017, but generated losses of 22 millions. Home24, the Rocket Internet backed furniture platform, is working towards its IPO in Frankfurt. The volume could be up to 600 million euros, approximately 740 million US dollars, and should take place within the next 3 months, writes Deutsche Startups. And there is Frankfurt listed Windeln.de, diapers.de. Christian, you remember we talked about them frequently.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Speak for yourself.
No, just about the company. And now Deutsche Startups.de calculated that they have not been a good investment. 10,000 euros invested with them at the ICO would now only be worth 1,306 euros. This is minus 87%. Whew. And Rocket Internet sold shares in Delivery Hero worth almost 200 million euros.
Getting out of it.
Here we go.
We're coming to our company section now. This time with something new, wisely and generously done by you, Jörn. So we kind of clustered the company news this time. And let's just see how it goes. So the top news are surely big VC rounds that we found. Surely the largest VC round in recent history now took place in Berlin. Tencent, Allianz X from German insurance company Allianz, co-led 160 million Series C in Europe's retail banking startup N26. N26 already having quite a entrepreneurial roller coaster ride of history. I think they came onto the German scene as a very innovative German bank. Then they had some issues, and the discussion was, okay, are they pretending to be too modern, to be too hip? But now they are more or less quietly enhancing their portfolio. They went from just offering a credit card to a more full service provider of banking products. I was once their customer, but I stopped being them. I stopped. I canceled my account with them. They transitioned it to a different version of the account, and then I just thought, oh, you know what, skip it. Anyway.
Okay, and we might also tell that Tencent is a Chinese internet giant, for example, backing something like a Twitter
It's
version
gigantic.
within
Tencent is
China.
big.
So
And there
they are
also have
big
been
number there.
additional news on the
Yep.
SoftBank investment in Berlin-based Auto One. Reporters revealed that SoftBank got a discount of up to 20% for the 460 million euro investment in the car retailing website. More details about that can be found at deutsche-startups.de.
As we learned last time, a special interest blog, right? There's even more VC money coming this month. Just to give you a few hints here, Berlin-based software company Signavio raises 15.5 million euros. Neighborhood network nebenan.de, nextdoor.de secures 60 million. Geld für Flüge.de raises 25 million. The investor include German billionaire Carsten Maschmeyer and a Swiss-based private equity fund. BBVA, ABN AMRO, and Visa invest in Berlin-based fintech Solaris Bank, writes Finanzszene.de exclusively.
Established companies again are active in the startup scene. So we see that a lot also, especially in the accelerator space, I would say. But now we also see that, for example, Sennheiser, the headphone manufacturer, invests in Düsseldorf-based VR startup Dear Reality. More about that at Deutsche Startups. Then German sweets manufacturer Katjes, kind of like a German Hershey's without the chocolate, but just with the gummy bear stuff, mostly, indirectly buys shares in Sarah Michelle Gellar's food startup Foodsters. So even there we can see some proof of the famous German Mittelstand, small and medium-sized companies innovation spirit. And Sigma Sports Group, already owning brick-and-mortar retailer Karstadt Sports, which is a German department store's sports spin-off, now also buys StyleFile, a shop for sneakers, including outdoor and camping subsidiary Big Tree.
Automotive. Auto giant Daimler AG, the company behind brands like Mercedes, creates a cryptocurrency to reward eco-friendly drivers. You can learn more at blockitpune.com. And Germany will become the second largest market in Europe for electronic cars in 2017, wrote T3N. In total, there are more than 1 million electronic cars already registered
and also
in 2017.
related to automotive, what's really interesting, I mean, it's probably by definition not really a startup since it's two big companies joining their forces for that. But we see that BMW and Mercedes, being the big German players, bring together Drive Now and Car2Go. So there's car sharing entities and want to build one company. And there have been hints just recently, I think just past weekend, that this might only be the beginning of their partnerships and that they have a lot more in mind what they can do together. It's really crazy. Moving on to AI in e-commerce and retail, Zalando, like the German Zappos equivalent more or less, it's Rocket Internet's online fashion store, access 250 jobs in marketing. I mean, it's like 250 jobs in marketing. I would be interested what those jobs were in the first place. The jobs will now be taken over by algorithms, right? In the Szene, and Zalando is now looking for more developers. Then the AI system has proved so reliable, it predicts 90% accuracy what will be sold within 30 days, that the very traditional German, like German general retailer, you could even say, Otto. Yeah, so it was like, yeah, it was a catalog business, and but Otto always was able to reinvent itself. So their AI system has proved so reliable with 90% accuracy. It automatically purchases around 200 items a month. 200,000 items. Sorry. Yeah.
And we have Rocket Internet again. InnoLend, financed by Rocket Internet. The fintech for financing for SMEs is in liquidation. The phone number on the website is already dead, right? Startuprad.io. And I think the dedicated Rocket Internet corner is a thing of the past, but we of course keep you up to date. Then we have Amazon, first one to build a new center in Cologne, create 950 jobs. Now they withdrew an application for the building permit. It seems the city wants to give the area rather to a city-owned company. A tale from the Berlin startup world. Move24 raised 40 million euros venture capital and had to file for insolvency. Bovinga, its sworn competitor, raised only 22 millions and is doing well by its own statement. And then there's Berlin-based gaming company Wuga, WUUGA, keeps axing jobs. This time, 30 of the 220 employees have to leave. In summer 2016, they still have 300 employees, writes deutschestartups.de.
And then it says, end the news with a high note. That's a good. That's a good advice. It's also good for life in general, because we have a couple of stories about companies that were rescued. We have Panano, a crowdfunded 360-degree camera, which now emerges again after insolvency. It's a Swiss-based private equity fund, Bryanston, who bought them, and now they are starting again, targeting real estate agents, which might be a very interesting market, obviously, for 360-degree cameras. Then there's Monoki, which can withdraw the insolvency filing. Former investors keep investing reports, deutschestartups.de. Monoki is, how would you describe it? Is it furniture? Is it furniture?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And we talked about their insolvency filing in the last startup news, so just want to keep the listeners up to date. And there's a company running Autobahn services, meaning the service areas next to the German highway system. They buy insolvent travel optimization startup from A to B. We also reported last month about their insolvency findings. There is events and competitions. We are media partners of startups jobsfair.co on May 25th in Berlin. Get your ticket now on the way to Job Hunt. And we will be media partners of Arctic 15, the startup event of Arctic startups in Helsinki on May 30th to 31st for Arctic and Baltic startups, called Real Return on Investment Arctic 15. And of course, we do have a few articles stay ahead of the curve. For example, ICOs delivered 3.5 times more capital to blockchain startups in 2017 than VC. By TechCrunch, a return on investment of cash burn for startups, a new dawn for European VC, and an amazing article on how Amazon works and how they are Amazoning industries. The last one is strongly recommended, and it's from Bloomberg. Christian, that was it. I hope you enjoyed the new intro. I hope you enjoyed the new outro, and have a look at Startuprad.io. We also have there a new logo, a new design, and a new website, all due to the split with the German channel effective end of last year. And I had the right to use everything till end of Q1, which is very, very close. So I did a complete relaunch of almost everything. And if you do find somewhere an old logo, you remember that just blew some abstract microphone form, just let me know and I'll remove it for the benefit of our new logo. Anything else we have forgotten, Christian?
Nothing from my side. Sounds all good to me. I think I just realized because I had the noise canceling headphones on all the time that there might be some like air condition AC sound on the sound file. I have to apologize for that, and I honestly think it is my MacBook Pro. So thanks, Apple, for doing not that well kind of a job for building subtle air things on the laptop. I'm out of words for this. I'm out of words, Apple.
Well,
Please improve.
actually,
Try
you can be
harder.
very happy that they are not charging premium prices. Otherwise, it would be pity, right?
That's it. I mean, that's true. I'm always thinking, oh, I'm glad at least it's cheap here, so it's okay.
Okay, guys. Keep in mind, the next startup news may be a bit later, and the startup news will be awesome since Christian and I will get together, and Christian then with his new soundboard, so we'll have a lot of sirens here, right?
Definitely, yes. I will come up with the best sounds. I have the best sounds. Yeah.
And we'll see what we can do for you guys in New York. As I said, we will be traveling. I will be traveling to New York, and Christian, of course, he's just awesome. He is there, and we'll meet there once again.
Sharing is caring.
Exactly. So, guys, keep sharing, keep voting for us on Benzinga fintech.awards.com/vote 2018/startuprad.io. And of course, the bit.ly link. Christian, can you repeat it?
bit.ly/Startup Radio Award.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
That's all, folks. Find more news, streams, events, and interviews at www.startuprad.io. Remember, sharing is caring.